Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and it may be necessary from time to time to give a stupid or misinformed beholder a black eye. Miss Piggy Gentleman. Have you ever wondered if people find you attractive? It's not just about looks. It's the subtle signs, the small gestures, and the unspoken clues that give it away. Let's dive into 6 extraordinary signs that people find you irresistible, beyond the cliches and obvious cues. Trust me, once you know what to look for, you'll see the world and yourself in a whole new light. Number 1, unexpected attention and gestures. When people find you attractive, they'll often show it through unexpected attention and gestures. It's like they have this unspoken rule to make your life a bit easier or more pleasant. You might notice that when you're at a party, someone will grab a drink for you without you even asking. It's not just politeness, it's their way of getting a little closer to you without being obvious. It's as if they're thinking, hey, let me do something nice and maybe he'll notice me. Then there's the classic, oh, I just happen to be in the neighborhood move. People who find you attractive might suddenly appear at places you frequent, like your favorite coffee shop or gym, acting like it's pure coincidence. They might say something like, oh wow, fancy seeing you here, when you both know darn well they checked your Instagram story and saw you were there. And let's not forget about those little acts of service that come out of nowhere. Your coworker might offer to help you with a project or bring you a coffee just the way you like it, without you even hinting at it. They aren't just being nice, they're trying to stand out in your eyes. Even in everyday situations, these gestures can be pretty telling. Maybe someone holds the door open for you a bit longer than necessary, or picks up something you dropped with lightning speed, like they've been training for this moment their whole life. It's these small, thoughtful actions that signal they're into you, even if they're trying to play it cool. Number 2, unscripted and unfiltered conversations. When people find you attractive, they drop the script and dive into unfiltered conversations. It's like you've got this magic charm that makes them forget about small talk and start sharing their life story. You say, hey, how's it going? And suddenly they're telling you about their childhood pet, their bizarre dream from last night, or their weird obsession with 80s rock bands. They just can't help but open up to you. It's not just the deep stuff either. They'll reveal the kind of random thoughts they usually keep to themselves. You might hear them say things like, you know, I've always wondered if pigeons ever get tired of city life, or do you think aliens watch our reality TV shows and laugh at us? It's like their internal filter takes a vacation when they're talking to you. This level of comfort and honesty isn't just for the laughs, though it can be pretty entertaining. It shows that they trust you and feel a genuine connection. They aren't worried about impressing you with rehearsed lines or polished stories. They just want to share a piece of their real self. And that's a pretty clear sign that they find you irresistibly attractive. If you've been enjoying uncovering the secrets of attraction, why not subscribe to Soulful Synergy? We delve deeper into understanding human connections and personal growth. Hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for more insightful content. Number 3, heightened social energy. When people find you attractive, you can feel it in the air, literally. You walk into a room and suddenly the place is buzzing. It's like someone just announced free pizza or a surprise holiday. Conversations get louder, laughter gets more frequent, and everyone seems to be having a better time. It's not that you've got a comedy routine up your sleeve, it's just your presence that amps up the energy. You might notice that people perk up when you arrive. They become more animated, as if they've been given an extra shot of espresso. Friends who were slouching and yawning are now sitting up straight, engaging in lively debates about whether pineapple belongs on pizza, just because you're there. It's like you've brought the party with you, even if all you did was show up. Even strangers feel this effect. You might catch someone across the room starting to smile more or getting into a conversation that's way more interesting than the usual weather talk. People can't help but get a bit more vibrant when you're around. It's not because you did something spectacular. It's just that your attractiveness has this magnetic pull, making everyone a bit more lively and engaged. Number 4, physical proximity. When people find you attractive, they can't help but get closer to you physically. It's like you have your own personal gravity. You're at a party, and someone who was standing across the room is suddenly right next to you, acting like they just happened to wander over. Spoiler, they didn't. They're drawn to you like a moth to a flame. You'll notice it in how they lean in when you're talking, even when there's plenty of space. It's not because they can't hear you. They just want to be in your personal bubble. Maybe they'll touch your arm when they laugh at your jokes, even if they're not that funny. That little touch isn't just friendly, it's a way of saying, "Hey, I like being close to you." People also position themselves strategically to be near you. At a meeting, they'll snag the seat next to you. In a crowded room, they'll maneuver through the crowd to stand by your side. It's like playing a game of human Tetris, and their goal is to fit perfectly into your space. Even subtle movements give it away. Someone might brush past you lightly or stand a bit closer than usual in line. They're not trying to be creepy, they just want to feel a connection. So if you notice people gravitating towards you like you're the only source of warmth in a freezing room, take it as a sign they find you attractive. Number 5, mimicking and synchronizing. When people find you attractive, they start mimicking your body language and speech patterns without even realizing it. It's like they've enrolled in the U School of Charm and are trying to ace every class. You lean in, they lean in. You cross your arms, they cross theirs. It's like looking in a mirror, but way more entertaining. This mirroring goes beyond just physical gestures. If you have a habit of using certain phrases or expressions, you'll start hearing them echoed back to you. You say, "Totally," and suddenly they're totally-ing everything. It's like your mannerisms are contagious and they've caught the bug. Even your interests become their interests. Mention you're into a niche hobby like bonsai trees, and next thing you know, they're asking for tips on pruning techniques. They're not just trying to impress you, they genuinely want to find common ground and show they're on the same wavelength. This mirroring isn't about copying, it's a subconscious way of saying, "I like you and want to connect with you." So, if you notice someone turning into a mini you, don't be creeped out. Take it as a flattering sign. They find you irresistibly attractive and are trying to align themselves with your vibe. Number 6, increased personal grooming. When people find you attractive, they suddenly seem to care a lot more about their appearance. It's like you've become the judge in a secret fashion contest they didn't even know they were entering. You walk into a room, and suddenly everyone is adjusting their clothes, fixing their hair, and checking their reflection in any available surface. It's as if they're thinking, "Quick, make sure I look amazing before he sees me." You'll notice someone who usually rocks the casual look showing up in outfits that seem a bit more thought out. That guy who's always in a t-shirt and jeans is now sporting a blazer, and that friend who usually throws her hair into a messy bun suddenly has a salon-quality blowout. They're putting in the extra effort, hoping you'll notice and be impressed. Even in everyday situations, you'll see these little grooming moments. Someone will pull out a mirror and discreetly check their teeth, or they'll constantly smooth out their clothes. It's like they're preparing for a spontaneous photo shoot that could happen at any moment. This attention to detail isn't just about vanity, it's their way of signaling interest. They want to look their best around you, hoping to catch your eye and maybe even a compliment. So, if you see people suddenly stepping up their grooming game whenever you're around, it's a clear sign. They find you attractive and are trying to make sure you see them at their very best. Understanding the signs of attraction goes beyond superficiality. It's about recognizing the deeper connections and subtle cues that reveal genuine interest. Whether it's the way someone leans in when you speak or how they start mirroring your gestures, these signs reflect a desire to connect on a deeper level. So, next time you notice these hints around you, embrace them with a smile. Because being attractive isn't just about looks. It's about the irresistible charm and connection you bring to every interaction. Until next time, gentlemen, stay soulfully synergized.